Mr. President, just days ago, 5 police officers were shot and killed. Others were very seriously wounded. In the middle of a rally, trying to bring people together, trying to allow Americans to be able to have what many call our conversation on race. As several have mentioned before on this floor about my friend, the junior senator from South Carolina, Tim Scott, Senator Scott's comments on race all this week, as have several others on this floor that have talked about it. I hear many people in my own state and the conversations that I've had around my state about issues of race, and I keep hearing this ongoing statement: we need to have a greater conversation about race. And I think somewhat we as a nation are a little confused about how this actually gets resolved in some ways. So I want to just make a quick comment and a challenge to my fellow senators and others that may be around. The challenge is very straightforward and simple. We talk about a conversation on race as if it is something that can happen nationally, at a rally, at a protest, in the media, among leaders. It's not really how America solves issues and problems. We solve it around dinner tables. It's always been the place that we've resolved issues as a nation. It's how families that sit down together and get a chance to talk it out. Over the past week, I've had this reoccurring conversation with people. Just a simple question. Have you ever had a family of another race sit down with your family for dinner at your home? Have you ever invited another family of another race to your home for dinner? That doesn't seem like a challenging question, but I've been amazed at the number of people that I've posed that question to that have looked at me, that have hesitated, and have said, of course I have. And then I said, when? And they had to hesitate and think and said, no, I don't think really that's ever happened. I have people that I work with, I have people that I interact with, play sports with, go to school with, live in my neighborhood, but I don't think I've ever had a family of a different race than mine over for dinner. So here's my simple challenge to us. If we're going to have a conversation about race, maybe the conversation should start with each of our families at our dinner tables. That's why, as Senator Scott mentioned earlier, I've laid out a challenge, just a simple statement, what I call Solution Sundays. If you're going to be a part of the solution in America, maybe on a Sunday for lunch or for dinner, to invite another family over of another race just to sit and have conversation. Everybody put their feet under the same table and to develop a friendship and a relationship. Every person can do that. Every person can be a part of the solution. Every person in our country can start to move that conversation a little farther. It's part of who we are. We don't solve things based on a vote in America. We solve things around our dinner table. And Mr. President, I would challenge every American to invite someone from another race to their home, just sit and have Sunday lunch together and watch and see what begins to happen in our nation.